Have you ever felt like you see too much? Like you're cursed with a kind of clarity that others don't seem to have? Most people get through life by not pulling at the threads, by accepting the stories that make everything feel safe and simple. They survive because they don't think too deeply. But some of us, we can't stop. We look closer, we ask more questions, and suddenly, the neat and tidy world starts to unravel. People call it overthinking. They say it like it's a bug in our system, a glitch to be fixed. But what if it's not an excess of thought? What if it's just honesty? What if seeing the cracks in the pavement isn't a sign that you're broken, but a sign that you're actually looking at the pavement? The philosopher Cioran once said that to think deeply is to suffer consciously. And isn't that the truth? When you examine any idea for long enough, it starts to fray at the edges. Every truth you've been handed, once you start questioning it, dissolves into a paradox. It's like staring at a single word until it loses all meaning. Thinking too much reveals the hidden structures beneath the surface of everyday life, the absurdity of our daily routines, the endless repetition of history, the grand, elaborate theater of meaning we construct just to keep from staring into the void. It's seeing the puppet strings when everyone else is just enjoying the show. And once you see them, you can't unsee them. But here's the thing, this discomfort, this constant internal friction, is exactly what keeps us awake in a world that seems to be sound asleep. It's the nagging feeling that there has to be more than just this. The philosopher Kierkegaard had a name for this state, despair. But not despair in the way we usually think of it. He called it the sickness of a self that is aware of itself. It's the profound, almost divine anxiety that comes from knowing you are an infinite consciousness trapped inside a finite mortal body. It's your soul waking up and realizing it's in a cage, rattling the bars, demanding to know what lies beyond. Most people can't stand that tension. It's too much, so they find ways to escape, to numb the feeling. They turn to blind faith, to endless entertainment, to the constant, deafening noise of modern life. Anything to drown out that quiet, persistent voice inside. But the thinker, the one who overthinks, chooses to endure it. Not because they're a glutton for punishment, but because they have an unbreakable commitment to reality. They refuse to look away, even when the truth is painful, even when ignorance looks so blissfully peaceful. The great psychologist Carl Jung would have seen this not as a pathology, but as a journey. He would call this intense lucidity a path toward what he termed individuation, the process of becoming your true self. It's a descent into the underworld of your own mind, a conscious choice to face your own shadows. The thinker doesn't just overanalyze, they excavate. They dig and claw and tear away at the surface layers of polite fiction and comfortable lies, searching for what's real, until all that's left is the truth, raw, unsweetened, and utterly undeniable. It's a lonely, often difficult archaeological dig of the soul. Of course, this clarity comes with a heavy price tag. You can't have one without the other. When you see through an illusion, you instantly lose the comfort that illusion provided. The world you once felt a part of suddenly seems alien. The loud cheers of the crowd start to sound hollow. Simple pleasures lose their flavor, their sweetness tainted by the knowledge of their impermanence. The solid ground of certainty crumbles beneath your feet, leaving you in a permanent state of I don't know. You become a stranger in a land of easy answers. And that can be an incredibly isolating experience. But here's the strange and beautiful paradox. Beneath all that loss, after the illusions have been stripped away and the comfortable falsehoods have burned to ash, a different kind of peace begins to emerge. It's not the loud, cheerful peace of ignorance, but a quiet, resilient peace. It's the peace that comes from knowing that whatever is left, no matter how small, no matter how fragile or uncertain is real, you are standing on your own 2 feet. Seeing with your own 2 eyes, without the filters and without the veils, and there is a profound strength in that. So, maybe thinking too much isn't the problem at all. Maybe our society is just so addicted to distraction, so terrified of silence and depth, that it labels anyone who dares to look deeper as disordered. Maybe what they call overthinking is actually the last honest strategy for staying sane in a world that worships superficiality. It's an act of rebellion against a culture that wants you numb, compliant, and distracted. So, if your mind is one that never quiets down, if your thoughts churn late into the night and refuse to let you rest, I want to offer you a different perspective. Don't curse your clarity. Don't try to medicate it, or numb it, or run from it. Protect it, cherish it. It is a flickering flame of awareness in the dark. It is a light that very few people are brave enough to carry. It might feel like a burden, but it is also a gift. Thank you for watching, and if this resonated with you, consider subscribing for more journeys into the deeper questions of life. Stay awake,